Let's make these fun envelope journals together. We can add dangles, we can add laces and trims, we can use music paper, paper pad paper, digitals, whatever it is that you have on hand. Let's create these together. Won't you join me? Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today, we're going to take our envelope and we are going to make a journal from it using 3 different papers. I have chosen paper pad papers. Maybe you would like to use book page papers or magazine papers or digitals. That will be all up to you. I have an envelope here. It's 6.5 by 3.5 inches. And I really like the style of the envelope to have this triangle flap. So let's get right to our project. The first thing that I want to do is decide what's going to go on this portion of my envelope, because we will be covering our envelope. Whatever you choose to go on this portion of the envelope will become the back of your journal and the front of your journal. And the papers that we're going to put inside of our little journal will become the first page, and you will see it when you put it in. Let me bring in my examples. This one right here, you see the print is here on the flap. You also see it on the back. And then my first page in my journal is basically the cover. So I chose music paper here. This one, I have this pretty print that folds around to become the cover, my flap. And I've chosen a digital here of a vintage letter. I have prepared some papers to become the pages in my journal. You'll want them to be placed underneath your flap and to have a little bit of a border all the way around. This I want to use as my front page. So which one of these prints would look the best with my front page of my journal? Do you see what I mean? You just kind of have to look to see, what do you want to be your cover? I really think this purple one is really pretty. So I'm going to use this print to cover this portion of my envelope. I'll first use my glue stick. And then I like to take my wet glue and go around the edge just to make sure the edges are glued down well. I also like to go right where the fold is and then place your paper. Actually, I think I'll do it this way. I'll place my paper upside down like this and then add my envelope. Press down to make sure they are stuck completely and then trim it out. And there we go. It's so cute already. Let me bring my examples back in. Now you can see that this polka dot paper does show just a little bit around the edge. And here I actually have another music paper that you can see around the edge. The next thing that we're going to need to decide is when we fold this, which I have not folded it yet because it's still wet. Let me pull in another one that I have here. I have some more. All right, so let's fold this one, and I can show you what I mean by selecting the next print. I find it easiest to take my ruler and place this where the envelope will fold, and it just helps get it going and fold straight because you've got so many layers of paper and glue that it's a little stiff. All right, so now your pages go in here like this, and then you'll see the little print around the edge, just a little bit, not that much. And then by the time you get to the back page of your journal, it'll look like this. So we need to decide, what do you want for this portion right here? And it will be showing, once we fold this, it'll show around the edge just a little bit. I actually think I want my blue one to be on this portion here, and my typed letters to be on the inside. So let's do the inside first. I take my envelope and I mark the length of my envelope with my pencil, and then I trim this portion off. You'll need the paper to fit inside of the envelope. At this time, I'm going to take my art glitter glue, and I just place my glue inside the envelope and then add glue to the inside and my flap of my envelope, and then glue it down and then trim it out. And there you have it. Now, to get this portion covered, we'll need to do the exact same thing so that we can stick the print you've chosen inside of the envelope. So you've got it inside your envelope. Now, the reason why I do it this way is because if you turn your paper over this way and put it in, which seems more logical, sometimes it won't fit correctly once you cut it out. Even though these are made on a machine, the left side isn't exactly the same as the right side. I know, go figure, but it isn't. So do it this way with your paper right side up. Make sure that your paper's all the way to the bottom of the envelope, and then take your pencil or pen and trace around this opening of the envelope onto your decorative paper. Now we'll be trimming out the portion that you have just marked. I do like the way inking looks. This is tea-dyed color, and I'm going to ink up my envelope as well as my little piece I just trimmed out. So I inked out my envelope a little heavier than I normally would, because when we place our little decorative piece here, it all blends nicely together. So let's get this glued on. All right, so now let's fold our envelope flap over now, and I'll use my ruler to help me get it straight. A little extra crease with my bone folder. Oh my goodness, how nice and perky is that? Oh, this is really cute, don't you think? Now let's check it with my pages I made. Oh, I love it. Now the pages, I have chosen a digital page. Actually, I think a lot of these are digitals. And then there's a music paper. Okay, so I have chosen 4 pages. So there's 8 pages in my little journal here. And they're 6 by 6 3/4 inches when you open them up. It's time that we sew in our little signature into our journal. You'll want a piece of paper that is as long as your envelope. Fold it in half the long way, in half again, and one more time, and crease it really well. When you open it up, you place a dot on the intersections of the fold lines. Have your papers exactly how you want them in your signature, and paper clip your papers onto your envelope to keep them from moving. Check to make sure that's what you want. And then place your little sheet you just made right inside of the spine and paper clip it in. With your awl, you're going to place it on the dots that you have made. That's how you're going to get your holes spaced evenly for your signature. Make sure you hold your awl straight up and down and you go all the way through. Remove your little sheet here that you use to make your holes for your signature. I like to use bookbinding thread. It has a little bit of a waxy coating on it. And since we're making dangles, I like to measure 4 lengths of your journal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Select a nice large needle and thread your embroidery thread or bookbinding thread, whatever you're using. Go in the center hole. Make sure you leave a little bit of this bookbinding material long. Don't pull it all the way through or real close. Then choose another hole and go through it. Then you're going to go all the way down to the other hole and back through the center. Remove your needle. Check to see nothing's caught. I like to loosen up the center thread so that I can even up my ends here. Then you'll want one of the threads on one side of the center thread and the other one on the other side, like this. Pull it firm and tie a double knot. Now, if you're using embroidery thread, which is perfectly fine, but you will want to add a little dollop of wet glue on this knot and leave it open for it to dry, because embroidery thread will loosen up over time and then your signature will wobble. Remove your paper clips, and now we have an absolutely adorable signature sewn into the cover of our journal, which happens to be an envelope. Let's put some beads on our strings here that are going to become our dangles. When selecting your beads, you want to get beads that have large enough holes in them that you can put your thread through twice. First, take your thread or string or whatever you've used and tie a knot so that the knot is right below the journal. That's going to keep your beads from going up into the signature, keeping them hanging down below the journal. Select your first bead. Go through the bead once, then take your thread and go back around through your hole in your bead. You're going around twice, and you will end up with a loop. Take your awl and place your awl through that loop, and then you're able to move your bead easily up to the knot that you have tied. These two things will really help secure your bead and your dangle. Now, string your beads along however you would like them to be. Make your dangle as long as you want. When you get to the last bead, I'm going to use a bead that looks like this. It's a little flower. You'll want to double thread it again. Now, if you're having trouble getting your thread through, you can recut, make a fresh cut, and hopefully that will get you to be able to go through your hole twice. As we're doing that again to secure our bead onto our dangle. You will want to have that loop again because you've gone around a second time. Use your awl again to help move it up to the very bottom of the last bead. And now you're going to tie a double knot. It's time to trim, but don't trim it right up close to that knot. Give yourself some space. When I'm all finished with both of my threads making 2 dangles, I will take my wet glue and put just a little dollop at the knot. Let it dry. Now you have done everything that you can do to secure your beads onto your dangle. Now that we have our beautiful dangles on our little journal, let's put in our closure and decorate it just a little. I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to punch a hole right here at the point, but up just a little bit. You don't want to place it right on the edge because then it could pull and tear out. So give yourself a little bit of space. Something like that. I have 2 hole savers here. I use the ink on my sponge to color mine up a little, and I want to add them to my hole. Now, I don't trust the glue that's on my hole saver. My hole savers are very old. And I'm going to take them off and I'm going to place it right around my hole. And I'm going to do the exact same thing to the inside. Not only will this add an extra layer to keep it from tearing or pulling out, but it looks pretty cute too. I thought that I could use a few of these sewing trim flowers. Oh my goodness, don't you think that would be cute? And I have some flat back pearls I wanted to add here. I'm also thinking I might want to add a little bit of ruffle. So I think I'm going to add the ruffle on the top with the flat back pearls and then the sewing trim flowers on the bottom. All right, so it's really coming to life, isn't it? I have another little flower and I have a little bit of lace and I wanted to add it right here onto the first page. So here it is, all finished. Now inside of the little journals, remember we have a pocket and we can add all sorts of little pieces of ephemera, or this is where you could actually use it as a money envelope or a gift card envelope. You could add a note, you could put a little tag on the ribbon closure to and from. I absolutely love these envelope junk journals. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.